woman comes with its own set of physical challenges, especially as we age. But sometimes symptoms that may get blamed on menopause can be related to other conditions that might be more easily treated. Dr. Christina Captain runs the Sarasota Center for Acupuncture Nutrition, and she is here to talk more about help for women's health issues. All right, how long do you have?
Yeah, we need like a decade, right?
Yeah, I was going to say, because I'm in this age group where this is definitely a hot topic. What kind of symptoms are you referring to?
So the generalized symptoms, whether you are premenopause, perimenopause, or in the middle or at the end, doesn't matter, right? So insomnia, anxiety, fatigue, brain fog, mood swings, decreased libido, aches and pains, joint aches, muscle pains, all of that typically are attributed to hormonal imbalances and or perimenopause and menopause.
Okay, and you are saying that there are, first of all, other things that can be contributing to this, and also things that don't necessarily need traditional prescription medicine.
So here's the idea, right? In any hormonal deficiency or imbalance, or when women hit that menopausal age and start complaining about hot flashes and things such as that, instantaneously we get an HRT, hormone replacement therapy, typically.
Okay.
So we'll get something synthetic that is made generally from an animal product like horse urine, like Premarin, right? So you're going to get estrogen, maybe you get progesterone, and then, or progestins, really, which is a synthetic form of progesterone. And then you might have to be on that hormone for, who knows, forever. You may not even remember, they just keep refilling it, and, oh, you're doing fine on it, great, just keep refilling it.
Got it.
But what's really not looked at quite a bit are the other factors, and typically adrenals are where we want to look for this, right?
Okay, let's back up and tell us, for those who don't know, me on the list, what exactly is an adrenal and how is it impacting everything in us?
Yeah, so the adrenal glands are these glands that sit right on top of the kidneys.
Okay.
Okay? And they are master glands, so they function to primarily secrete cortisol and DHEA. Those are their two main hormones, right? Cortisol is what gives us energy to get up in the morning, and then it goes lower at night so that we can sleep. Okay? DHEA is a precursor to testosterone, and it helps us think clearly, whether you're male or female, and helps us have the adequate amount of testosterone, because we both need, men and women both need testosterone.
Right.
Right? Okay. So when the adrenals are stressed, and that chronic low-grade stress that creates inflammation in the body, creates all kinds of other cascades of cytokines, which are these inflammatory markers and inflammatory chemicals, when those are highly stressed, they begin to falter. And then when you begin to lose your hormonal production from your ovaries, as females, we actually then, the adrenal gland is supposed to take over to secrete smaller amounts of estrogen, not enough to get you pregnant, but enough to keep all of the other functions going.
Got it.
But if your adrenal glands are kind of like, using a walker,
right,
or limping around because they haven't been nurtured, they haven't been cared for, then boom, you're going to have a major problem and need to go on either HRT or bioidentical HRT, which is a little bit better, plant-based sourced.
Right.
Typically, we don't have a lot more research on that, but lots of theories now that, oh yeah, those are going to be better. Maybe the FDA just had a big meeting and panel saying, hey, you know what? We might remove the black box warnings off of hormones now, because we think that actually the risk is less than we thought.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But you're saying that if we treat adrenals, we may be able to avoid all of that to begin with. So what can you do for adrenals?
So you could maybe you have to go on a little bit of hormone too, but having our treatments will help you balance that out.
Got it.
Because even if you're on hormones, the imbalance, if someone's not really watching that well, or gives you a one-size-fits-all, like pellets or patches,
right,
you get that one-size-fits-all and nothing that you can titrate or lower the dose if you need it, or increase the dose if you need it. You might use us to help balance that out.
Got it.
So what we do is, obviously, we're going to help you understand lifestyle changes, nutritional changes. We're going to give you acupuncture, which regulates the adrenal glands, helps balance out that secretion of cortisol and other stress hormones, reducing that stress, helping support your adrenals. And acupuncture is the bomb, as we know.
Right.
So that works great. Also, sometimes you could take supplements to help that too, depending on where you are. Specifically insomnia, people suffering from anxiety and insomnia, many times hormonal dysregulation equates to adrenal dysregulation. Giving them an adrenal support totally takes everything away. Give them acupuncture and boom, they're great.
I like this multi-tiered approach, and actually a very familiar face to our show had some great success with it as well. Let's take a look.
Going through a really difficult time emotionally, and I didn't understand the strength that our bodies can hold on to pain, especially from an emotional situation that's happening. And I remember the first time I laid on your table, I literally felt like glass was shattered. And my husband comes now, and he was about 1 point away from being on heart medication every single day. And not only has that reversed itself, he's technically in the good zone now. This is a whole body approach for me, and I've seen it from all sides.
And again, that whole body approach is different than Western medicine, and you can approach it from different ways. So thank you. That was a good education on what's happening inside many of us. For more information about Eastern medicine and to talk to Dr. Captain, you can go to scansrq.com. We'll be right back.